Good afternoon, and thank you for stopping by Across the Fence. I'm Keith Silva. As many of you have heard, Judy Simpson passed away over the weekend. She was the host of Across the Fence for 15 years. A legend of local news, when Judy ventured from the morning news desk to host Fence, she became only the third person to do so.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Judy Simpson. Our focus for this program is...
Close to 4,000 programs later, Judy stepped down from her hosting duties and moved to Florida with her husband, Phil, so they could be closer to their children. When she retired in 2018, Across the Fence gave Judy her flowers, as the saying goes, and today we're going to revisit portions of that program. I don't know about you, but 2018 doesn't seem so long ago. In television, the saying goes, videotape is forever. At moments like this, I'm thankful that we can all spend a little bit more time across the fence with old friends like Judy. In our first segment, Will Michael retraces Judy's time as host and revisits a few of her memorable moments and favorite topics.
I've tried to change your mind. It isn't going to work. But would you please share with viewers what you and your family are up to?
Well, sure. We are moving to Fort Myers, Florida, because my husband was offered a great new job with the broadcasting team down there. He's going to be selling advertising for television, which he does here at Channel 3 now and has been for the past 8 years. And so we thought it was an extraordinary opportunity. We'll be a lot closer to our children. My son is an engineer at a sound studio in Nashville, and my daughter's a social worker in Pensacola, so we'll be a lot closer to them.
And so, not surprising, this is a family decision.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I want to point out to our viewers that while you were leaving, we have recorded some programs in advance, and we're going to have a few Across the Fence classics with Judy. So this isn't the last time that we're going to see you, but today is a celebration and a reflection. And our first video looks at some of the shows that have defined Judy's 15 years as host of Across the Fence.
Your host is Tony Adams.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Judy Simpson, in today for Tony Adams. One of the biggest challenges...
It's not easy replacing a legend, but that's exactly what Judy did when she started on Across the Fence 15 years ago. And over the years, where there was food, there was Judy.
And thanks, of course, to our chefs, and of course, I'll take another one of these.
And you want to give it a try?
Sure, yeah.
All right. It is a reference kit for producers. Yep. And it contains the 3 most common natural off flavors in maple syrup.
It almost tastes burnt.
Yep.
And I see somebody coming in because she was trying to get one before we started, but I wouldn't let her. But now she, how do you like it?
That's very good.
Good. Okay. Well, you can see there's one missing, but these are.
What was never missing from Judy was her interest in young people.
Today in Across the Fence, we're celebrating the maple season with Vermont's maple ambassadors. A week ago, just a week ago. And what was your reaction?
I was really excited and happy.
So Daniel, how did your semester begin?
Animals were another favorite topic of Judy's. Think wildlife of all kinds.
So how many kinds of ticks are there in Vermont?
We have 13 different types of ticks in Vermont.
So what's the life cycle of the forest tent caterpillar?
Well, right now it's been feeding, and that's why people are very aware of its defoliation.
Tell me a little bit about what we know about the current population of bobcats in Vermont.
Well, they're common and abundant. We have animals, bobcats, pretty much throughout the state.
How do turkeys fare in the winter?
They do pretty well. It depends on the winter severity, of course.
What is the size and health of Vermont's deer herd?
So we estimate we have somewhere around 157,000 deer in the state.
Whether it was wildlife, our working landscape, or any other topic, Judy stood behind the educational mission of Across the Fence.
As a land-grant university, UVM provides research and education that benefit Vermonters. Is one of the challenges that there are all different kinds of soil types on one particular farm?
Yeah, even in one particular field, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Experts at UVM Extension have helped 10 Vermont farms improve the storage conditions and the quality of more than 420 tons of crops with an estimated value of more than $900,000. Now, Dan, what's the role of UVM Extension in helping improve water quality in Lake Champlain?
Well, UVM Extension, as you know, is an educational organization, and we're statewide, but we're able to offer local expertise all over the state of Vermont. And we provide research and education and technical assistance to work directly as sort of boots on the ground.
Well, a new research project at UVM Extension's Center for Sustainable Agriculture is looking at whether Vermont wool can help keep Vermont houses warm. That's right, sheep's wool as insulation. In 2017,
Judy was often on the road.
And so how has dairy farming in Vermont changed since your parents won this award in 1986?
Yeah, it's changed quite a bit. I mean, there's just a lot fewer farms. The farm sizes in generally have grown quite a bit.
Her visits went beyond dairy farms.
Well, bring on the cider and donuts. It's apple picking time. So, Andrea, tell me about this first dress that we're going to be looking at here.
So this dress was worn by a woman named Martha Wardner Lamson.
Judy's willingness to share her personal experience helped us all understand some of life's most difficult subjects.
I just know from my personal experience when my father was first diagnosed with Alzheimer's, you know, it's interesting, my mother lives out of state, but she lives independently, but now it's hard for her to get around. I just want to say, too, that I really admire you for coming on and being able to talk honestly and openly about this issue, especially when it involves your own son.
Thank you. It's hard, but it's what we have to do. Mm-hmm. We can't fix it until we address it.
So Josh,
through all the serious moments, there were, of course, lighter moments, like the flying chicken episode.
What are some of the other things?
Okay then. Nope.
There we go. Come on now. There.
No.
And lastly, we found this exchange in a program with UVM Extension horticulturalist Leonard Perry, which certainly foreshadowed Judy's new destination.
Really learn a lot.
I guess palm trees are sort of the symbol of warm weather.
They are. They're just, you think about Florida and you think about palm trees.
If you're just joining us, we're celebrating the life of Judy Simpson. She died this past weekend after a long battle with cancer. If you've been watching our program as long as I have, or longer, you probably recognize some other Fence family who have passed since Judy's retirement. Our thoughts go out to the friends and family of Lynn Jarvis and Carolyn Peak. We've got one more segment from our 2019 program when Judy announced that she was stepping down from the host chair. As you'll see in this next clip, everyone wanted one last chance to say goodbye to Judy, and everyone was on the verge of tears.
And those are sentiments that we all share. Now, of course, it's not possible in 15 minutes to touch on everything and everyone that's been part of Across the Fence during Judy's 15 years. But it is important to recognize one of her biggest fans. So we've asked her husband, Phil, to be with us this afternoon. Phil, thank you very much for coming in. As I introduce Chuck Ross, the director of UVM Extension, with some comments and a presentation.
Wow. 15 years, 4,000 episodes.
I know.
Judy, that is awesome. Mm-hmm. You've helped all of us in Vermont understand the facts and the science that the university brings to Vermonters to help them understand our state better, know about where we come from, why we do what we do. You've helped build community in this state, and we are all going to miss that every day. So I'm here on behalf of the University of Vermont and UVM Extension to thank you for all you've done, all the information you conveyed, and give you as a token of our appreciation this wonderful photo, actually watercolor from Deborah Olson from Bristol.
Wow.
And this is to be shared with you, your family, and as a reminder when you're in Florida of where you come from and how much we've appreciated all you've done for us.
Well, thank you so much. I love it.
Well, we love you. Thank you.
Thanks.
I want to thank Director Ross for being with us. We do have one more special guest with us this afternoon. We're honored to have with us Governor Phil Scott, and he has some final words on behalf of the tens of thousands of Vermonters who see Across the Fence on a weekday basis. Thank you for coming in, Governor.
Well, thank you very much. And Judy, you know, you leave a legacy that can't be replaced. I've run into so many people. I just came from an event where Brian Joyce was there, Governor Jim Douglas, and they couldn't talk enough about how special you are, what a positive person you are, and the respect and civility you've shown others, and how you've inspired so many people that you'll probably never really appreciate just how many people that has become, because you are what Vermont is all about. Respect, civility, leading the way in that way, and telling the stories of Vermont. So Across the Fence or your time on the air has been spent just telling stories about what makes Vermont so special. And you're what makes Vermont so special.
Well,
it's not about the people or about the atmosphere, but it's the people. And
thank you very much. That's really nice to hear.
Yeah. And Governor, again, thank you very much for coming in. And of course, the last words today belong to our guest of honor, Judy.
Well, I want to thank you all here, of course, and my Channel 3 family, my personal family. It's been absolutely impossible to sum up my career here at Across the Fence and what all of you in Extension and at WCX mean to me. Been able to meet and talk with so many extraordinary people of all ages, and I feel blessed that I could host this program for all of you at home. Thanks to everybody for this wonderful opportunity. Thanks.
As we close out this memorial program to our friend and colleague Judy Simpson, I'm reminded of the phrase, "We stand on the shoulders of giants." This poetic metaphor is said to have first appeared in a letter from Isaac Newton to his friend and fellow polymath, Robert Hooke. Newton was paying homage to Hooke and other legendary thinkers and mathematicians whose research and writing inspired Newton to discover nothing less than the secrets of the universe. When she interviewed someone, or if you were fortunate enough to work with Judy, you knew that there was a gravity to her. She was someone whose orbit you wanted to spend time in. Newton studied the forces of nature and the stars. And beyond being a star, of sorts, Judy Simpson was a true humanist. She found the grace, value, and goodness in everyone she met. We'll be back to our regular programming tomorrow when Mark Labar joins Jolie to talk bird notes.
Tell me, what do you mean by this range? Where do they end up in the winter?
Well, you know, throughout South America, Central America, when I go down to Belize, we catch a lot of wood thrushes there in Belize.
A favorite fixture of Across the Fence that Judy always looked forward to, which is what we're going to do, look forward. To borrow Judy's sign-off, we'll see you again next time Across the Fence.